There are exactly 23 Moogles in the Kingdom Hearts series. This icon from the Final Fantasy series is the lovable shopkeeper in almost every Kingdom Hearts game to date, and today I sought out every one of them to carefully observe just how much moolah these guys are raking in, placing them somewhere among the 5 wealth classes and judging them based on their potential business, price of their items, and how friendly their customer service is. These 3 crucial factors will determine once and for all who is the wealthiest Moogle and who is stinking it up in the poverty section. Let's take a look starting with the Moogles in Kingdom Hearts 1. Excuse me there, sir. Yes, you. Hi. Can I ask you what you do for a living? Oh, you just kind of walk around here? Taking in the sights? Okay, so unemployed. Got it. Man, what a great start. And you there. This is your establishment, isn't it? May I go inside? No? Okay, weird way to run a business, but I guess I'll just come back later. So what you're basically telling me without telling me is that you're a psychic that is so powerful that you can tell when there are people fighting in an entirely different world, and you don't even charge people for this info? Okay, so the only way to access the shop where all your friends work is to climb up this ladder? Okay then, I guess, let me just, yep, okay, yep, okay, let's go. Whoa, what a cozy little shop. What's the rent like on this place? So let me get this straight. I bring you materials and you make stuff for me with them for free? What's the catch? Ah, I see. You probably think that this joint runs on happy faces or something, just like that duck and that dog. Well, smiles don't really pay the bills, so... Alright, I had to fight a few guys to get a card to find this place, but finally we can review this shop. So basically, this shop runs on a currency of your own making called Moogle points, and your main trade is buying and selling trading cards using this made-up currency. Oh, I get a free pack every time I pay you a visit? Points for customer service, I guess. But maybe you're trying to get rid of your stock because I don't see any other customers rushing to get in. Even Riku doesn't need your stupid paper. But I guess that even if this place is just a room created from Sora's memories, you can claim yourself as the richest Moogle in the game, even if it's fake currency. Oh, I see the synthesis shop moved to Twilight Town. It's a shame they're closed right now, but we'll check back in with them later. Hollow Bastion has a Moogle too? Nice to meet you, Mog. Keeping it real with the synthesis biz, I see. Shame you still don't really make any cash from it, though. So Kupo is the Moogle in charge of the Land of Dragons, and he and the other Moogles use holograms to sell their wares throughout the many worlds. That's right, I said sell. Finally, some of these Moogles have realized that they ought to sell some stuff on the side to fund their true passion of synthesizing cool shit for people for free. Kupo, my man, you're selling your stuff at a pretty reasonable price here. With my lack of funds after taking a year-long nap, and with your setup being just outside a camp full of soldiers fighting a war, I bet your wallet is always full of cash from the potion sales. Oh hey, Kupo, you got a shop in this village too? Man, you must be raking in the dough. Oh, give me a sec, I'll go check out this cave really quick.
2 minutes later.
Hey man, I'm back. Oh. Well, shit. There goes some potential customers. Alright, another world, another shop to examine, and, Goofy? Do you mind? Alright, so Mosh is the one to talk to if you're wanting some items in the underworld. I don't really see the appeal of trying to sell potions to people who are already dead, but at least he's got some stuff that Kupo didn't have, like this adamant shield, and he's selling them at the same price. Business must be kind of dead right now, but keep your chin up. Hey, Amonte. How's business? The beast keeps buying your entire potion stock so we can keep on being a one-man army against the Heartless. I mean, it makes sense. You are kind of dealing under his roof without a permit. But he is paying you for them, right? I mean, the guy lives in a freaking castle, so he must have some money lying around somewhere, right? Mojiro here buys and sells for the same prices as the last few shops we've visited. I think it's great that they're keeping up with the competitive market, and just like Monty, he's selling his wares in a fucking castle. To royalty, no less. But not only that, you're also doing business in the same place, but several years in the past? And still selling for the same prices? These poor folks have probably been getting their potions for 3 raspberries and a firm handshake before you came along. But, hey, that's inflation for you. Morlock is sailing on the high seas and selling to mostly pirates, and what do you know, still more or less the same stock for the same prices. At this point, I was growing worried that maybe these Moogles all just have a similar business sense and don't know the first thing about competitive pricing. So I checked the wiki, and according to this, apparently these guys are actually just working together under the same company umbrella, with each of them selling in their respective worlds exclusively through holograms because they hate getting their pom-poms ruffled by customers. With Morlock being situated primarily on this boat, his potential customers are mostly Jack, Will, and Elizabeth. Jack rarely parts with his treasure, Will is probably dead broke, and I mean, at least Elizabeth's dad has some money, so... Alright, I've seen Genius before, but Mojiro here kind of takes the cake. He sets up his shop inside of the traveling salesman shop. Nothing more to say. For all we know, the salesman sells his wares for double what they do, so he's making out like a bandit with all of the customers in Agrabah coming to him. Even if many here are living in poverty, I'm sure the Sultan and or Jasmine have shopped here before at least once or twice. Alright, so we're back in Twilight Town, and it appears to me that the home-based synthesis shop is open for business with Elmina at the counter. I guess it helps that the other Moogles are all selling their stuff throughout the many Disney worlds to keep this place open, despite them still not charging any money, in which case I kind of retract what I said about Mog and Radiant Garden too, since they are also probably receiving financial support the same way to keep the synthesis business open. Go team, I guess. Merry Christmas, Gumo. Oh, you got some of the new rings in stock? That's nice. I'm sure there's probably some elves down there in Christmas Town who need one or two. Wait, what do you mean it's always Christmas here? Does that mean people are always shopping with you year-round as if it were Christmas? My god, he's cracked the code. Kumop, my man, I am so sorry. You really got the proverbial short end of the stick here. While your stock of brooms and potions are certainly unending, your primary customers way out here in the middle of nowhere are a meerkat, a pig, and while he may be future king, this line doesn't have a single bit of money to his name. If I were you, I'd take my business elsewhere. Artemisian? If that's even your real name? What are you doing? Peddling real-life items for crypto to beings made of data? Just look at yourself. Look at how low you've fallen. I can't even. Stiltskin is the final Moogle on our visit list, and thank God for that. He probably sells primarily to the organization, and those guys have been at least somewhat well off. I mean, they don't have just one castle, but two. Sure, they don't really use Castle Oblivion anymore, but at least someone is. Alright, so just checking my list here, there's only one Moogle in this game, and it's our good friend, the hooded Moogle over here. I wonder what his... Stiltskin? Is that you? Oh. Okay, that's a little rude. Points off for that. But let's get a head count here. He sells all of this stuff for a solid price, exclusively to the organization. Not only basic necessities like potions and ethers, but also stuff that no other Moogle so far has had. What even is a round block? I don't know, but I kinda have to have it. Not only that, but he's extremely loyal to his most valued of customers, which just so happens to be Roxas. So loyal that he actually fled the castle that never was with Roxas by the end of the game, making it so that you and him can do business forever together. What a sweet guy. So funny thing about Birth by Sleep is that after Kingdom Hearts 2, for some reason the Moogles just go back to being unnamed, but still run shops via holograms, so I don't know whether to count them all as one Moogle, or some variation of the cast from Kingdom Hearts 2. Either way, there's just no way of truly knowing, so for the sake of keeping it simple, from here on out I'll just assume the former. The real Moogle, who's not a hologram, running the show in this era, resides in Radiant Garden, so I'll assume that it's the same one as in Kingdom Hearts 2, and refer to them as Mog. With Mog having shops set up outside Lady Tremaine's house, near the Dwarf's Cottage, in Maleficent's dungeon, for some reason, Disney Town, in the command room of an alien spaceship, the Colosseum, the Lost Boys hideout, and a deserted wasteland combined, I think it's pretty fair to assume they make at least decent cash, despite some of their shop placements being on the questionable side. And what's more is that if this really is Mog from Kingdom Hearts 2, then they have been in the business longer than anyone, which would further explain why they don't charge money for synthesis services in Kingdom Hearts 2, because they already have so much saved up from the time between Birth by Sleep and Kingdom Hearts 2. So yeah, I think they're doing just fine. But are they the richest Moogle? I guess we're gonna have to keep on going and find out. So I got to recode it and I realized that this Moogle is definitely just made completely up of data from Jiminy's journal. And I'm not even gonna bother, honestly. This guy definitely deals in NFTs and crypto, and honestly, that doesn't buy you jack shit in this town. Dream Drop Distance has the same issue as Birth by Sleep, with none of the Moogles that appear in these sleeping worlds having names and selling goods exclusively through holograms. The only 3 physically present Moogles reside in Traverse Town. The first runs the Flick Rush minigame, which I guess could be considered a business, but no money is ever charged for playing the game, and the currency you earn for playing is referred to as medals. So who can really say how much that converts to real currency? Over here to their right, we have the medal shop, which is where you can use your medals to buy primarily items to help raise your Dream Eaters, but also some rare attack and magic commands. Since the currency can only really be redeemed at this shop as far as I know, it's more like a gift shop at an arcade for you to spend tickets on than a legitimate business. Finally, this guy by the gate sells actual wares for real money, and may I just say that they are absolutely goated? These prices are so insanely cheap. Potions for 20 instead of 30 from Birth by Sleep or 40 from Kingdom Hearts 2. High potions, which are 40 compared to 80 in Birth by Sleep and 100 in Kingdom Hearts 2. I guess when your world becomes a sleeping one, then the prices go down by at least half in this universe, which likely means that since this one Moogle runs all of the shops throughout all 7 sleeping worlds, their business is positively killing it, at least in my opinion. Kingdom Hearts 3 continues the trend we've been seeing with Birth by Sleep of Moogles using holograms but not having any names. But also, like in Birth by Sleep, we will be guessing that the one Moogle we do see in person is the same one as they were in Kingdom Hearts 2, and therefore I dub thee Elmina. Elmina is running this shop in the center of Twilight Town's positively bustling shopping district, which is a lot more populated these days thanks to the world being fully recompleted, and /or the dev team finally having the capabilities to making NPCs. Not only that, they've since expanded to other worlds such as Toy Box and Hero's Garage. And again, I must emphasize the fact that I know there's a high chance a lot of these Moogles we're seeing in the different worlds as holograms may actually be the same named ones as we see in Kingdom Hearts 2, but since we don't have any evidence that they are, full credit goes to Elmina, the one Mog business. Go you! Kingdom Hearts Missing Link surprised many of us at first with what we thought might be the return of the hooded Moogle from Days, but he is actually a brand new Moogle simply known as Guide Moogle. The Guide Moogle offers you daily quests, information, and the like for free, so not much of a business at all, but perhaps they're simply employed in a union by whatever government body rules over Scala in this era to help new players out so that they probably make at least enough to get by. There's also other Moogles in the market that sell items and such, but off the top of my head, I don't think we know whether or not these are open for business, as this game, at the time of this recording, is only in its beta. So until then, this is our current ranking of all 27 Moogles in the Kingdom Hearts series based on exactly how well off I think they are. I know a lot of this video might really make no sense, but sometimes you just need to turn your brain off, have fun, and use your imagination to fill in the blanks, which was exactly the goal of this video. Thanks for watching, I've been Key, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!